Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Kaplas and I welcome you all in my today's class, and I hope you all are fit and fine at your places. So today in my class we are going to discuss 12th accountancy, and the topic is dissolution of partnership firm. As you all know that in our previous videos we have gone through the different aspects of partnership relating to admission, retirement, death. Now the last topic in this series is dissolution of the partnership. What is dissolution of the partnership firm? So it is a situation when the relationship among the partners comes to an end. Firm discontinue. Firm's business comes to an end. It is called dissolution. And dissolution word is being derived from the word dissolve, to end. So the legally end of the partnership firm is called dissolution. Here we have to deal with two type of situations. One, why a firm dissolve, and second, when a firm is being dissolved, what are the different types of accounting treatments or accounting adjustments have to make. The very first, why a firm comes to an end, why the business of the firm comes to an end, why the firm dissolve. The basic reason, in the majority of the cases, the basic reason behind this dissolution is loss, continuous loss. If a firm is suffering continuously huge losses, then it may become impossible for the firm to continue the business and the firm decide to dissolve. But there are other ways are also there in case a firm is dissolved. So first of all, after meaning, we will discuss what are the different types of situations or modes in which a firm can dissolve. The very first is mutual agreement. When all the partners decide jointly and they come to a consensus, they come to an agreement that they will dissolve the firm, they will not continue the business, and the firm dissolve, firm's business come to an end, it is called by mutual agreement. Second is compulsory dissolution. There may be certain situations when a firm has to dissolve and it become compulsory for the firm, and in which there may be two type of situation: when the partner become insolvent, unsound mind, having no contractual capacity, and second, when the business of the firm become unlawful. Two cases are there where a firm have to compulsorily dissolve: when the partner become insolvent, number two, when the business of the firm become unlawful. Third, on the happening of an event, means something will happen which will force the firm to close its business, and for that there may be different types of, you can say, situations for that. The very first is, you can say, completion of the work, like, or the completion of the term. Like if a firm is being made for 5 years and at the end of the 5th year firm will dissolve, right? Then the completion of the work for which this firm is being established, for the purpose, the work which has been achieved at the end, the firm will dissolve. Last is by court, by the intervention of court. Court will come into the picture, right? In certain cases, like the very first, you can say that when a partner becomes unsound mind, right, having no sense of business in that category, then second, it become impossible to continue the business, then court will give the order to dissolve the firm. This is the cases where a firm will dissolve. The second case in this category you will get What is the difference between partnership, dissolution of partnership firm and dissolution of partnership? The very first difference is court's intervention. Dissolution of partnership, right, and dissolution of partnership firm. Dissolution of partnership is mutual with the consent of partner, but the dissolution of partnership is with the interference or with the order of court. Then continue of the business. In case of dissolution of partnership firm, the firm come to an end, the business come to an end. While in case of dissolution of partnership only, the firm's business not come to an end. Retirement, death, and admission is the example of dissolution of partnership. Because somebody is coming, someone is going, relationship change, but the firm's business keep on moving, keep on going. But in case of dissolution of partnership, firm come to an end. Then its effect. What is its effects? In case of its dissolution of partnership firm, the assets are being sold or realized, liabilities are being paid, and the firm come to an end. While in case of dissolution of partnership firm, assets are revaluated, new partner admitted, old partner retire or died, goodwill is being created, so on. Then in case of dissolution of partnership firm, no balance sheet is being made. While in case of dissolution of partnership firm, you have to draft a balance sheet of new partner or after retirement. Then in case of dissolution of partnership firm, assets and liabilities are reevaluated, while in case of dissolution of partnership firm, assets and liabilities are discharged, or assets are realized and liabilities are discharged. Right? This is the difference between dissolution and dissolution of partnership firm and dissolution of partnership. Now come to the next point, that is accounting treatment at the time of dissolution. What you have to make? Second thing, what I was saying, what you have to do if the firm is going to dissolve? The very first, you have to prepare a realization account. Let me repeat my word, this is not revaluation, this is realization account. Second, you have to prepare partner's capital account as in case of admission, retirement, and in case of death. Then cash and bank you have to prepare, not the balance sheet, in which you have to settle all the cash, you have to pay, you have to recover the amount from assets, and one more account which will be in the rare case, that is partner's loan. If any partner has given the loan to the firm, so these type of 4 accounts you have to prepare in case of dissolution of partnership firm. Here you have to understand 2 more things. Like when I'm saying that in case of dissolution, assets are sold or realized and liabilities are paid. So when we are talking about liability, then what we have to do in that case, like if I have sold the asset, any asset for 1 lakh rupees, how this will be utilized to pay the debts or liabilities. So first of all, you have to differentiate. One is called firm's debt, firm's liability, and second is called partner's personal liability. Firm's debt and partner's debt. Firm's debt is that debt which is for which firm owes, for which all the partners are responsible on the part of firm. While partner debt is that liability for which the partner is responsible or liable on its personal, you can say, capacity. When he have to pay someone on his personal capacity, it is called partner debt. And when the firm have to pay, all the partners collectively have to pay, it's called firm's debt. So whenever any asset will be sold or cash will be generated in the firm, first of all it should be paid to the outsiders. Outsider means creditors, bank, debentures, right? All the sources which are in the category of borrowed. Then second, it will be paid to the partner loan. Second, this amount will be paid for the partner's loan. Third, it will be paid to the partner's capital. Third, partner's capital will be paid off. And if after that, if anything left after making all these three payments, then the remaining profit will be divided among the partner in their old profit sharing ratio. This is the appropriation of amount when the asset will be realized. But when now you will get two more things in this category, that is firm's property and partner's property. One is firm's property, one is partner's personal property. Firm's property will be utilized first of all for the firm's liability. If anything left, then it can be utilized to pay the partner's personal liability. And partner's personal property can be utilized first of all for partner's individual personal liability. Then if anything left, then it will be paid, it will be utilized to pay the firm's debt, firm's liability. Okay, so this is all about the partner's debt, individual debt, firm's property, and partner's individual personal property. So in our next of the videos, we will try to discuss these accounts, how, why, and these are being prepared, and what is its practical implication. Okay.